Yo. Welcome back to Tremonti and Friends Boxing. Please subscribe to the channel, man. What are you doing? Subscribe to the channel now. If you're watching it, why not? And we're going to get right into it. Is Canelo the greatest Mexican boxer of all time? He up there for sure. I'm fair and just. Why do I say that? Canelo has some competition up there. Salvador Sanchez, Julio Cesar Chavez, who many people think is the greatest. I love watching Erik Morales fight. Juan Manuel Marquez, amongst others. Canelo's up there, though. Canelo's resume is unbelievable. Canelo's fought everybody, man. He's fought everybody. We all know he fought Floyd. Canelo fought Landy Laurie, fought Austin Trout. He fought Triple G 3 times. He recently fought, Skull, Berlanga, and Munguia. He fought Danny Jacobs. He fought Billy Joe Saunders. He fought Miguel Cotto's younger brother. People always reference that when they were like, Canelo got wobbled years ago. Fought Caleb Plant. He fought Jermell Charlo, which, Jermell Charlo was moving up in weight. Fought Sergey Kovalev. He fought Miguel Cotto. I watched that fight live. I was so surprised how Canelo was doing Cotto. I was like, this is unbelievable. And he fought, the smaller fighters. He fought Amir Khan, Shane Mosley. Canelo's fought like a list of names of people. He fought Liam Smith. He fought Caleb Smith. He's fought everybody except David Benavidez. I have a theory, though. Does it taint Canelo's resume if he doesn't ever fight David Benavidez? I don't think it taints it, but it is something left to be desired if he doesn't fight him. But I have a theory. I think one of Canelo's last fights is going to be against David Benavidez. And because David Benavidez is at 175 and Canelo's already fought at 175 when he fought Bivol and lost, I think Canelo's going to move up to 175 and fight David Benavidez for one of his final fights. That's what I think. Do I think Canelo is scared of David Benavidez? No. He fought Triple G 3 times. No. Canelo ain't scared of nobody. Do I think at this stage of his career, he's like, man, this might be a little tougher than normal because I'm a little long in the tooth? Yeah, probably. I think he's scared, though. I also don't think he loses to David Benavidez, if I'm being serious. If Canelo's at the top of his game, he beats David Benavidez. For sure. David Benavidez typically can only fight one way, and Canelo's going to make him fight a different way, even at 175. David Benavidez is not coming back down to 168 to fight Canelo. Canelo will have to move up, but that's my theory. I think Canelo will move up, fight David Benavidez, and then, call it a day. We all are aware that Canelo's fighting Crawford. If he beats Crawford, does that add to his legacy? Does that add to his resume as a fighter? As one of the greatest fighters of all time, as one of the greatest Mexican fighters of all time. I think it adds a small notch because Crawford is a smaller fighter and he's great in his own right. But it would do more for his legacy if he fought David Benavidez, even if it wasn't for a title. If he just fought him because he's the Mexican monster. His name will be up there when he retires as well. Over Canelo's career, Canelo had the clenbuterol situation where people thought, and still to this day, some people thought he was cheating. He said it was tainted meat. Who knows? He was cleared of it, but people still have their suspicion, especially being at Eddie Reynoso's camp. So that's a asterisk on his resume. I'm fair, and I'm a Canelo fan, but you just can't have strong allegations like that. His skill set, man, his defense and his head movement are rare for somebody his size. And fighting those bigger fighters Canelo is really like a 160 pounder, for real. He's not a 168 pounder or 175 pounder. I don't know if people Canelo hits hard. Canelo hits hard, and you could probably try to run Canelo over with a truck and he won't move. Obviously, I'm dabbling in hyperbole, but you just can't. You can hit Canelo as hard as you can, and he probably just will smile. And that makes me worried for Crawford, but I have a prediction video coming for that later on. But in my opinion, I think it's Julio Cesar Chavez. It's hard to. I think Canelo is the best Mexican fighter ever. I don't think it's a stretch. I think it's arguable, though. I don't think it's clear cut. Usually these things you save for when the person's retired and you get to reflect on their careers. But we've watched Canelo grow. We've watched him deal with a lot of things. I seen Jim Gray say it's harder now to deal with everything, with like the monoculture, with social media, with the media, just trying to handle everything, promotional companies. Like it's so much going on at one time for a boxer of his caliber to stay focused. Canelo's only lost twice. One, he lost to whom I think is the greatest boxer ever in Floyd Mayweather Jr. And then he moved up and challenged himself to be great, and he lost to Bivol. It's well known that he was injured during that fight, but no excuses, you lost. You know, other than that, he hasn't lost. He had to draw with Triple G. But I don't believe Canelo. People say Canelo is as of late, he's been coasting and he's not the same fighter. Of course not, you know. But I think in the Crawford fight, he's going to make a statement. I think Canelo's been disrespected. Canelo's been so good his whole career as a fighter. To some degree, he's been disrespected by the boxing community to where people think that a smaller fighter, as great as Terrence Crawford is going to come up and beat him, almost dismissing the titles Canelo has collected. Canelo's so good and he's fighting much bigger people that at minimum, he's going to knock you down. At minimum, he's going to knock you down. He may not knock you out. He's going to knock you down, especially now. And he's handled himself professionally. Canelo doesn't miss weight. I'm always big on that. Y'all might hear me say that a lot in my videos about fighters not missing weight. If you're going to cut the weight, make the weight. Don't miss weight. And he's been an ambassador for the sport, an ambassador for his country. He's done so much for boxing, man. Again, you may hate him. He is a polarizing figure, considering his past, considering his camp, and the people that he has around him. But when Mayweather retired, Canelo became the face of boxing. We thought it was going to be Tank Davis, but Canelo's carried the sport to a degree. And he doesn't get the credit that he deserves. But I do think he's, based on his resume and all that he's done, coming towards the end of his career, he is the greatest Mexican fighter ever. And when September comes, I believe, and this is me strongly alluding to who I'm picking for the Crawford fight, I believe Canelo's going to be motivated. He thinks highly of Terrence Crawford. That means he's going to take the fight serious. And he's going to make a statement to everybody of who he is. So I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys think he's the greatest Mexican fighter of all time? Shit, where do you rank him all time? You know, if he doesn't lose anymore, where do you rank him? He deserves more credit. I wouldn't say Canelo is like top 5 ever or nothing crazy like that. But I think top 25 will suffice all time if I'm just thinking off the top of my head. He's fought a lot. He's been around a long time, man. A lot of wear and tear on his body. But I think he's going to go out with a bang. Let me know what y'all think. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll get with y'all soon. Peace.